Hey, what's going on, Guardians? Gray here. Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Nightfall exclusive fusion rifle, the Plug 1.1. Now, I know a lot of people will think, ooh, a fusion rifle, big deal. But fusion rifles actually did get a bit of a buff yesterday with the new season. In the patch notes, it states increased damage fall off start distance for fusion rifles, no effect on 100 range stat, plus 2 meters on the 0 range stat. So what that means is that overall, fusion rifles as a whole have a little bit less damage fall off, really, so they can maintain their damage further out. So it's sort of a small buff, but it does make a bit of a difference with a lot of these fusion rifles. And while it isn't the most incredible buff in the world, some of the new fusions introduced just yesterday can roll with some really awesome new perks. We're going to check this weapon out, but first, if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like below for me, as it greatly helps out the channel with helping my content reach more people and grow. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos here on the channel. There's a lot of stuff to cover this season, and I hear there's even a secret puzzle on the horizon that's going on right now. I'm sure you guys have already seen this season's ritual weapon, the Null Composure. It has a really amazing perk combination of Feeding Frenzy and Reservoir Burst. It's a bit of a loaded question 2.0, just void flavor. And Null Composure is amazing, but it's a rapid fire frame, meaning it doesn't quite hit as hard as some of the other fusion archetypes. Enter the Plug One. The Plug One has some really interesting roles as well. It can get some of the cool new perks like Heating Up or Adrenaline Junkie, which are both really cool, but interestingly enough, it can actually roll with the same exact role as Null Composure, Feeding Frenzy, and Reservoir Burst. Reservoir Burst was a fan favorite perk that has been brought back by Bungie this season. It makes it so when your fusion rifle is fully loaded, the first shot causes an explosion that deals damage to nearby enemies. It's really awesome and a ton of fun in most PvE content. What's also unique about Plug One is that it's a precision frame fusion, meaning it has pretty high impact and range, and it hits a bit harder than Null Composure. It also deals arc damage where Null deals void. Now, yesterday I was lucky enough to land this roll right here. It's got hammer forged rifling, either liquid coils or projection fuse, Feeding Frenzy, and Reservoir Burst. I didn't get the masterwork, and while it's not a 5 out of 5 god roll, it's still been fantastic while I've been grinding through the new season. Reservoir Burst lends itself into Feeding Frenzy really well, as it has such high multi-kill potential, and you can have a lightning fast reload right afterwards, so you can always have that Reservoir Burst procced and ready. It's really fun. It's a pretty cool little combination. Now, I was using this on my Titan most of the day, but it can honestly be better on either a Warlock or a Hunter. Warlocks can use something like Transversive Steps to auto-reload the weapon and always keep Reservoir Burst active, which is something I used to love doing with Loaded Question way back in the day. And of course, Hunters can also dodge reload to top off the weapon and proc Reservoir Burst as well. It's a super fun perk to use, especially while you're grinding out your Null Composure quest, which requires a ton of fusion rifle kills. The other exciting thing about this weapon is again the fact that it's a Nightfall exclusive weapon, meaning that come June, Grandmaster Nightfalls will open up and you'll be able to get your hands on an Adept version of this weapon. Adept weapons come with higher stats thanks to the extra bonuses from masterworking them, and they can also use Adept mods. And there just so happens to be an Adept charge time mod, and it will pair really well with a god roll Plug One. Now, like I said, mine has either projection fuse or liquid coils in that second column, but if you could land accelerated coils with a charge time masterwork and run an Adept charge time mod, you could get that charge time down all the way from 740 down to 640. You're chopping off a huge chunk of charge time, which makes it a pretty interesting little fusion rifle. It's pretty cool. It does have some other cool perk combos. I'm interested to see how things like Adrenaline Junkie or Cornered work with this weapon, but Reservoir Burst is just such a fun and powerful perk that it's hard to pass up whenever it is present. Now this is just one of the 3 new Nightfall weapons, and of course we're all hyped to get our hands on our boy Hung Jury again, which we will definitely be reviewing here on the channel. But I wanted to share this role with you guys and talk about the weapon because I was not expecting this to drop yesterday, and I've been using it ever since, and it's surprisingly strong. Don't sleep on it, or at least keep your eyes out for solid rolls when they drop for you from the Nightfall this season. Thank you guys for hanging out and checking out the video. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, a like below is a fantastic and free way of doing so. Slap that thumbs up button and help this video reach more people. And of course, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future content here on the channel. Tons of stuff to dive into this season, and we are just getting started. Thank you guys again for hanging out and checking out the video, and good luck hunting those god rolls. Peace.